In the quiet town of Meadowridge, nestled between towering trees and rolling hills, there stood an old, decaying school building known as Hollowbrook Elementary. Its looming structure had long cast a shadow of fear over the town's children, with whispered tales of inexplicable occurrences and unspeakable horrors that had unfolded within its walls. As a curious teenager, I couldn't resist the lure of exploring the abandoned place, despite the pervasive sense of dread that surrounded it. One moonlit night, my friends and I gathered outside Hollowbrook Elementary, armed with flashlights and fueled by teenage bravado. The moon hung low, casting an eerie glow on the decrepit building. The air was chilly, and a nervous energy charged the atmosphere as we prepared to step into the abyss of the unknown. The front doors groaned open as we hesitantly crossed the threshold, our footsteps echoing in the hollow silence. The once vibrant hallways were now a canvas of decay and neglect. The air was damp, laden with the smell of mold and damp wood. Our flashlights cut through the darkness, revealing glimpses of forgotten classrooms and broken furniture. As we ventured further, we reached the gymnasium, a vast space with peeling paint and a warped wooden floor. The walls bore traces of long-forgotten games and trophies. I could almost hear the distant echoes of children's laughter, but it was soon drowned out by an unnerving silence. In one corner of the gym, there was a stage with tattered curtains. A weathered piano sat in the corner, its keys faded and cracked. Intrigued, I stepped towards it and lightly pressed a key. A discordant sound echoed through the gym, filling the air with a haunting melody. I recoiled, unnerved by the eerie notes that seemed to linger, suffusing the space. The mood grew tense, and an icy draft swept through the gym, extinguishing our flashlights. Panic set in as we fumbled to relight them, but before we could, an otherworldly figure materialized on the stage. A pale, ghastly figure, clad in tattered clothing, stood before us. The apparition's hollow eyes fixated on us, and a blood-curdling scream erupted from its ghostly lips. We stumbled backward, our fear palpable, yet unable to tear our eyes away from the terrifying specter. In a flash, it dissipated into the darkness, leaving us in a state of shock and disbelief. Shaken but determined, we continued our exploration. Each room seemed to tell a story of its own. In one classroom, we found an old diary belonging to a former teacher, its pages detailing strange occurrences and the sudden disappearance of students. The more we read, the more we felt an ominous presence closing in on us. As the night wore on, we came across a hidden staircase leading down to a dimly lit basement. Reluctantly, we descended into the depths, our flashlights casting eerie shadows on the damp walls. The air grew thick, and a pungent stench hung in the air. In the basement, we discovered a room shrouded in darkness, illuminated only by a flickering candle. The walls were adorned with sinister symbols and gruesome sketches. It was a chilling sight that sent shivers down our spines. Suddenly, a raspy voice whispered from the shadows, recounting tales of suffering and despair. Our hearts pounded in terror as a shapeless entity emerged, its presence suffocating and malevolent. It beckoned us closer, its hollow laughter echoing in the darkness. A surge of adrenaline propelled us to flee from the basement, but the building seemed to have other plans. The hallways twisted and contorted, trapping us within a labyrinth of horrors. The walls closed in on us, and we were taunted by disembodied whispers, each step growing heavier as the malevolent entity toyed with our fear. Time lost its meaning as we fought to escape, desperation driving us forward. Finally, we burst through the front doors, gasping for breath as we tumbled out into the moonlit night. The horrors of Hollowbrook Elementary would forever be etched in our memories, a reminder that some places are better left undisturbed.